Okay.
So I do it for myself, but I do it for the people with me. My whole family is from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them.
For
Don't
what?
bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them.
Gervonta Davis just got attacked by Lamont Roach, and no, it wasn't in the ring. It was at the press conference, where Roach decided he wasn't just here to fight, but he was here to insult, provoke, and maybe even audition for a reality TV show. He just went straight for Davis's confidence, calling it fake. And then, as if that wasn't spicy enough for him, he threw shade at Davis's dad for looking nervous.
Let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking on the what's the name? He was shaking on the
Pops. Oh.
shakeout.
Yep, Roach went there. Bold strategy? Sure. But also borderline reckless, considering Davis is known for letting his fists settle debates. The whole thing felt less like a professional presser and more like a boxing-themed roast.
On my kids, he was shaking on this hand. On my kids, he was shaking.
Don't
Never.
say, bro.
That's cap.
Now the real question is that why did Roach just make things personal enough to regret it? Stick with me, and I'm going to break it all down for you.
When they start talking, that's when y'all get them. I'm gonna beat him if y'all talking. So y'all better be quiet. I don't give a fuck if y'all is quiet. Like, twist it up. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm gonna beat his ass for y'all talking.
Shit, wait.
For
I don't
real.
give a fuck.
So y'all better be quiet.
I don't give a fuck if y'all was
all that
quiet,
ski mask and
if y'all
all
was
that.
loud.
We got the
whatever
whole
fuck
hood
you
over
talking
there,
about.
Tank.
Like, twist it up. I don't give a fuck
Y'all
about none
can
of that.
do whatever
I don't
y'all
care about
want.
none
My
of that.
mother, he
I
can't
don't care
stop
about no
nothing
hood,
over
no
here.
none of that.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna f him up.
Not at all. Never. Nothing's
But y'all
gonna get
under
f***ed
y'all
up over here.
face
What do I look like getting f***ed up?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That shit ain't never gonna stop nothing over here.
Gervonta Davis, boxing's silent but deadly champion, is no stranger to pressure. But what unfolded at the recent press conference with Lamont Roach wasn't just a challenge. It was a full-blown verbal assault. Roach, seemingly armed with a thesaurus and a grudge, unleashed a tirade that had the audience gasping. If boxing matches were won on insults alone, Roach would already have a belt. The man came in swinging, but not with his fists. His words were the weapons of choice.
Stop. Stop. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know how I'm coming. Y'all know how I'm coming. So stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Y'all gonna make it hard for him. That's what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna make it hard for him.
Lamont Roach didn't hesitate for a second before calling Davis out, accusing him of something almost laughable, lying about his confidence. That's right. Roach essentially questioned the authenticity of Davis's swagger. Bold move, considering Davis is known for backing up his words, or lack thereof, with devastating knockouts. If this was Roach's idea of psyching out his opponent, it was a risky gamble. Calling someone with a near-flawless record a fraud takes a certain level of guts or delusion. But wait, Roach wasn't finished. He didn't just aim his barbs at Gervonta Davis. No, he decided to escalate things by bringing family into the mix. Roach pointed fingers at Davis's father, claiming the man looked nervous at the press conference. A cheap shot? Absolutely. Effective? Possibly. Roach wasn't just fighting Davis at that moment. He was attempting to dismantle the entire support system behind the undefeated champion. It was as if Roach was saying, if I can't beat Davis in the ring, I'll beat him in his mind first. Jab the like button and uppercut the subscribe button to stay in the fight.
Gervonta Tank Davis, my dog. Stamp that.
What's going on, man? What happened? I mean, you gotta put in a little bit more work. Huh? What's going on? Listen, y'all say there's a lot of people in here. We in DC, right? That's cool. That's cool.
The question on everyone's mind was whether Davis would bite. Would he rise to Roach's bait? Surprisingly, Gervonta Davis remained stoic. He didn't yell back. He didn't storm out. He didn't even blink. Instead, he let Roach perform his one-man show, all while radiating the kind of quiet confidence that speaks louder than words. If Roach was looking for a reaction, he got one, but it wasn't from Davis. It was from the crowd, whose reactions swung wildly between gasps and cheers.
You know what I mean? One of the real dogs, like real dogs. And the dogs that's rolling with you, they know.
This wasn't just a boxing rivalry. This was personal. Lamont Roach made that crystal clear. He leaned into his narrative, painting himself as the underdog who had somehow surpassed Davis in every conceivable way, physically, mentally, and strategically. According to Roach, their sparring days were ancient history, a time when Davis might have had the upper hand. But now, Roach wants everyone to believe he's the evolved fighter, the one who's ready to dethrone a king.
Obviously, I'm older, more mature, a better boxer than I was before, and I was, one of the best boxers in the country at that age. You know what I'm saying? So, and for a long time, at every age, for real. I won national titles at every age, you know what I'm saying? It just, when I happened to run into him, he got gold by the slightest little chance of luck, and I got silver. So, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, every other year, I was the #1 fighter in the country.
Of course, Roach didn't stop there. He positioned this showdown as a battle for respect. He wasn't just attacking Davis the fighter, he was attacking Davis the man. His insults weren't random. They were designed to chip away at Davis's image as a calm, composed warrior. But here's the kicker. Gervonta Davis didn't flinch. Roach's words seemed to bounce off him, almost as if Davis had some invisible shield of indifference.
But come March the 1st, we'll see. He'll see. I don't really know, I haven't been watching his fights and things like that. So, I'm not saying it like that, but once I get into camp, we start watching fights and shit. I'm not really big on them, in the sport. I don't watch a lot of fighters now. You know what I'm saying? But once I get in camp,
What makes this feud even spicier is the setting. This isn't just Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach, it's Baltimore versus Washington, D.C. These two cities have long been cultural and geographical neighbors, but their differences run deep. Davis, representing Baltimore, fights for a city that knows struggle all too well. His journey from hardship to stardom is as much a testament to his skill as it is to his resilience.
A different fighter, you know what I'm saying? So, I know for sure he's definitely tough. He got sneaky power. He had sneaky power since we was kids, but
Lamont Roach, on the other hand, is DC's golden boy. He represents the hustle, ambition, and drive of a city that prides itself on its determination. The clash of these two fighters is a symbolic battle between their hometowns, and the fans know it. At the press conference, Baltimore loyalists made their voices heard every time Davis so much as exhaled. Meanwhile, DC fans cheered on Roach as if he'd already won. The energy in the room wasn't just intense, it was combustible.
We'll figure whatever he's best at, and we'll take it away from him.
Okay, I like that answer.
Roach loves the underdog narrative, and he's milking it for all it's worth. He's positioned himself as the scrappy fighter who's clawed his way to this moment, determined to prove that he's more than just talk. But let's be real. Most of his performance at the press conference was all talk. He threw insults with the precision of a fighter throwing jabs, each one calculated to provoke a reaction.
Mindset on, go full throttle and, try to get that.
All right, sounds good. Moving on.
Yet, for all his bravado, there's a question lingering in the air. Can Lamont Roach back up his words? Confidence is one thing, but execution is another. Roach may have hyped himself up as the fighter who's ready to take Gervonta Davis down a peg. But the truth remains, Davis has let his fists do the talking for years. If Roach thinks he can win with words, he's stepping into uncharted territory. And then there's Davis. While Lamont Roach was busy staging a verbal circus, Gervonta Davis sat in silence, his face a mask of calm. This isn't Davis's first rodeo. He's dealt with trash talkers before, and he knows better than to waste energy on pre-fight theatrics. For Davis, the ring is where it matters.
So both of y'all are claiming y'all are going to win on March 1st. That means somebody here lying. Say, and I'm talking to both of y'all, one of y'all lying. So say y'all get y'all ass knocked out. What is the conversation like the next day with your lady? And I'm going to start over here.
I don't think about that, Holmes.
You don't think about that at all?
What the fuck? No.
His silence at the press conference wasn't weakness, it was strategy. Why engage in a war of words when you've already proven yourself in the ring? Davis's confidence isn't the loud, flashy kind that Roach flaunts. It's quiet, unshakable, and rooted in his track record. And that's what makes him so dangerous. March 1st isn't just about belts and rankings. It's about pride, legacy, and respect. For Lamont Roach, this fight is an opportunity to prove he belongs on the same stage as Gervonta Davis. For Davis, it's a chance to silence the doubters and reaffirm why he's a champion.
Mr. Roach.
Hey, somebody, my name is Mr. Roach, not somebody.
Tank.
The stakes couldn't be higher. Roach's verbal attacks have added fuel to an already intense rivalry, turning what could have been a straightforward fight into a grudge match. And the fans? They're eating it up. Baltimore and D.C. supporters have turned this into a regional war, a battle for bragging rights that extends far beyond the ring.
The younger me, I would just say, just stay grounded, just continue to listen to, your people and things like that, and whatever you have your mind set on to do, try to go all out and don't go off of nobody else's opinion, because once you start going off of someone else's opinion,
it's impossible to ignore the psychological element of this feud. Roach's comments about Davis's family weren't just insults. They were calculated blows aimed at shaking Davis's mental fortitude. But Davis didn't take the bait. His composure in the face of Roach's onslaught was nothing short of impressive. Roach, meanwhile, seemed to thrive on the chaos he created. The more the crowd reacted, the more emboldened he became. Whether this was a brilliant strategy or a desperate attempt to get under Davis's skin remains to be seen. One thing's for sure, the mental games have only heightened the tension leading up to the fight.
Tom Brown, and come March 1st, we're ready to kick some ass.
The press conference was just the appetizer. The main course, scheduled for March 1st, promises to be unforgettable. Roach has talked a big game, but Davis has a habit of delivering when it matters most. Fans are already speculating about how the fight will play out. Will Roach's verbal jabs translate into actual punches? Or will Davis's fists remind everyone why he's a champion? One thing is certain, this fight isn't just about who wins or loses. It's about settling scores, proving points, and making history. Gervonta Davis just got attacked by Lamont Roach, but the real battle is yet to come.
March 1st is going to be a great night. I want to thank you all for coming. Tank is locked in. I know Lamont is going to do the best he can, and we're ready for whatever he brings. Thank you all for coming. See you all March 1st.
When the dust settles, one thing will be clear. Talk is cheap, but action speaks volumes. Lamont Roach may have stolen the show at the press conference, but Gervonta Davis has a habit of stealing the spotlight where it matters most, the ring. This fight isn't just a match. It's a statement, a clash of egos, cities, and legacies. March 1st will reveal the truth that Davis will silence his doubters. Or will Roach prove he's more than just words? Until then, the world waits, buzzing with anticipation. Gervonta Davis just got attacked by Lamont Roach, but the final blow is still up for grabs.